Antonio Brown cussed out the police, cussed out his baby mama, and threw a bag of gummies shaped like penises at her.
The bag of dicks. Bag of dicks for the dicks.
Oh, Lee.
Football.
Can't escape this bullshit. ESPN, the global leader in sports.
Welcome to the PoP Fantasy Football Week 8 recap, brought to you by PanelsOnPages.com. I'm Jason Knize, representing the 4-4 My Turtles Were Already Dead. And joining me this week, representing the 7-1 Brooklyn Dark Knights, PoP Fantasy Football Commissioner Tito Cruz.
He threw a bag of dicks at his baby mama.
Representing the 2-6 Tell 'em Kelly Eats Band-Aids, PoP Fantasy Football Kerouac Commissioner Dan Mahoney.
It was a bag of dicks for the bag of dicks, Tito. What do you want?
And finally, representing the 3-5 Cammed If You Do, Cammed If You Don't, the 2019 PoP Fantasy Football Champion, Jose Guzman.
Brown and Brady are living together. How many bags of dicks do you think they threw at each other?
I bet they just pop them shirts off and lift.
Just
You
fucking
know-
spot.
I would love to just have bags of dicks in my car just to randomly throw them at people as I'm driving.
At the ready.
Yeah, I mean, those
Yeah.
you can order them, but those bags of dicks are expensive, you know. You can't just get a bag of dicks for cheap these days.
Yeah, bag of dicks aren't cheap these days, yeah.
So it honestly feels like Week 8 ended a month ago.
Yeah.
It's almost as if the final moments of Monday Night Football were a sign of what was to come in the election. The team everyone expected to win in a blowout was playing like shit, and the team everyone laughed off was actually competitive, but eventually things evened out, and the whole thing ended with one side claiming interference and the other side eking out a victory because the last pass of the game bounced off their receiver's forearm.
You know, that's quite the observation.
And that
Pretty
being
appropriate.
said, let's go to Mahoney with the Week 8 scoreboard.
Dun-dun-dun. Dun-dun-dun.
All right, so another big main event that happened in Week 8 is Sean Connery, James Bond, died. And I'm a big James Bond fan, so in his honor, I had to beat the shit out of Knize's wife. There's nothing I could do about it. I had to just Sean Connery Mary 108.5 to 80.
We didn't get to it on the election night popcast, but I did have that clip of Sean Connery talking about slapping his wife ready to go in his memory.
Yeah, I didn't want to do it. I had no choice. It is what it is. Dalvin Cook. Remember when Dalvin Cook broke his dick in half?
And Kelly traded him to you for a bag
He
of
said,
Kool-Aid?
nah, no broke dicks here.
And I told Kelly he could have him for, I don't even remember what I got Dalvin Cook for, but whatever it was, man, did I underpay because he got me 47 points
What
this
a
week.
steal. Yeah.
I think
he-
Kelly traded you Dalvin Cook for a VHS of Super Sentai.
Sounds about right.
And a
47
Godzilla
points.
sticker.
It was wild. He got at one point I was really worried about Mary because she had Carson Wentz and he was up against Dallas and everybody was talking about how he might drop 40 points and I wasn't feeling like I was pulling away enough and I was worried. And Mary was like, "You've got a shit ton of points. Like, leave me alone. Like, you're gonna stomp all over me." And I was like, "Yeah, like 2/3 of my points are from one dude though. Like nobody else is performing. Like it's all one guy." But worked
Would
out.
you call him a stud?
I would call him very much a stud.
I'm a stud.
I mean, my goodness. He was, in our league, the top performer. He might have been the top performer in all of fantasy.
Holy shit! I
No,
guess I never really took a look at your score compared to Mary's, but man, good thing you had Dalvin Cook because the rest of your team, what a mess.
It wasn't great. He had that 47, and that was the most that week from a single player.
Look,
Yeah.
his receivers down to his kicker are 3, 2, 4, 6.5, 6, 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just sad because Mary's team, because Carson Wentz was playing Dallas and he was supposed to have a great fucking game like every other quarterback against Dallas. And he put up 11. Boston Scott put up 8. Her star rookie put up 3-5. Like, that's not enough.
Her defense and her kicker were her top 2 scorers.
Yeah.
15 and 13.
But what you do like to see is Juju scoring 9-5 again. I mean, it's been a while since he's been scoring a lot, but you want to see more than 9-5 where you drafted him. But
and then Mary has the ever frustrating, ever elusive Nyheim Hines, who, when you put him in your lineup, he scores 2.5 points, and when you put him on your bench, he does what he did for her this week and scores 18.5.
She said almost exactly the same verbatim.
He is the worst.
But here's what's also nuts. So her kicker balled with 13 points. Her kicker on the bench had 13 points.
I know.
She has 2 of the top kickers in the league.
Yeah.
I don't know how she picks each week which one she's going to start. Like, she started Lutz, and she left Koo, whoever over here on the bench, and he went first. He played first and put up 13. I was like, oh man, I'd be kicking myself if my kicker on the bench put up 13 and I didn't start
him. And Les said, I'll handle the kicker.
And he's like, I got 13 in me, don't worry about it.
And they both have an average of 8.4 points. That's wild. Mary, trade one of your kickers, not Young Ho Koo, because he's awesome.
He is awesome. I'd trade Will.
Great name.
I believe Young Ho Koo signed on to be in the Shang-Chi movie.
They do a lot of memes of him on TikTok.
Really?
Yeah, they really do. It's not even a joke.
Well, we know we can play TikToks on YouTube, Mahoney, so make sure to collect those for us.
All right, you know what? I'll have to look. I will have to look.
Fantasy football TikTok segment.
TikToks.
There was a very brief period where Ben DiNucci had a pretty good run going on TikTok.
Ben DiNucci and a calzone.
Now, I don't imagine they're going to be doing a lot more of his videos now that he's been benched. I think they just went outside and were like, would anyone like to play quarterback? And just moved on.
Yeah, one
to the
guy
next
was
guy.
like in the XFL or something, and the other guy shops at the same Costco as Jerry Jones.
Exactly.
Why didn't they go to Miami and try to get Fitzpatrick? Is beyond me.
I don't know. Did you see Fitzpatrick
He
got himself
he
some new
shaved
shorts?
his beard.
Oh, those shorts are something else.
Oh my god. He's like, I'm not gonna play anymore. Might as well show everybody my dick.
Man,
That's what I would do.
If I had a Fitzmagic body, I'd wear shorts like that too.
Right?
He trimmed the upper beard, and now he's working on the lower beard.
Oh, it's gonna just be popping out of his legs.
Yeah, he's
Legs
like,
of
no,
his
the
shorts.
shorts. He says, you know what's beautiful about the underbeard? The shorts stay the same size. The beard keeps getting longer.
Love it. All right, well, I was not the only one who put up a bunch of points this week. There was a lot of high scores.
Yeah.
And
Lots of over hundreds.
there was 6 matches this week. I needed a certain outcome in those 6 matches, and 5 of them went exactly how I wanted, including this next one, which is Matt versus Juan. Matt, behind this Philly defense, putting up 21 points, beats Juan 120.5 to 107.
He also had behind the 21, his other stud was fucking Robert Woods, who put up 23.5. Look at that guy. And he's sticking it with Burrow. Burrow putting up 21. I mean, not bad.
Yeah.
He's steady. He's not like the week before last week he scored 39. So I mean, but he's been pretty steady. I think only since they put him in only one time he scored like about 15. But other than
Lamar
that, he's
had
been
18.
above 20. And then you have Mahomes with 46, and Juan still lost.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
hurts.
Oh.
Even Juan was like, this was a heartbreaker. Like, he thought he had it.
This one of his 6
big
losses,
guys,
this is the one that did it for him.
Daryl Henderson dudded him out at 5.5. Kenny Galladay 0. He had the hip injury, so he left. His tight end, who has Waller's probably the second best tight end in the league. Top 3, top 4.
Top 4, top 5.
He's up there.
Mhm.
He only brought in 4-5. Greg Ward 2-5. His kicker brought in 1. I mean, the defense put up 13, but that was it.
And he struck gold, not for nothing, with DJ Dallas, who,
Yes.
how many people have heard of DJ Dallas here?
Oh,
Well,
fucking,
all you had to say was starting Seattle running back.
he was one of my favorite Street Fighter characters.
DJ Dallas, when they were like, hey, Carson is out, so everybody rush and get Hyde. And then as soon as waivers ended, they were like, oh, yeah, Hyde has like a destroyed hammy, though, so he probably won't play. You really want DJ Dallas. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
And if you can't get him, try and draft Akuma.
Yeah. So props to Juan for waiting it out and having DJ Dallas actually work out for him. That was a long shot, but it definitely paid off. Now he's got Carson and Dallas, so now he's set. Now he's good no matter what they do.
DJ Dallas is Dak Prescott's next career choice.
Well, he's
There you
set
go.
until next week when the second running back, Carlos Hyde's hamstring, is not blown up anymore.
I don't know, man. You think DJ Dallas seemed to be doing pretty good. Plus, Carlos Hyde is just languishing out there on waivers in our league, so if he wants Carlos Hyde, he can go get him right now.
Oh, so Jones did play, huh?
He's
Yeah.
playing right now. He's running. He just ran another 10 yards right now.
Yep.
Nice.
Thank goodness, because I need every one of them. Oh, man. All right.
Oh, he just blew his dick out.
No! No! Oh, I'm sending everybody on my fantasy team cups. Special dick safety cups.
Or lambskin condoms. Wear this at all times. Don't blow your dick
Make sure
out.
that they're having the right diet to stay healthy, keep their injuries down, make sure they're hydrated.
Are we
He
sure
just
that,
ran another 7.
are we
There
sure
it
that
goes.
blowing your dick out isn't a symptom of COVID?
Hey, man, if Dalvin Cook blows his dick out and starts putting up 40 points a game, I hope everybody on my roster blows their dick
He's
out.
like, Doc, what does it mean when I cough out of every hole?
The great thing is a lot of these guys could blow their dick out and still have more to spare.
Yeah.
Oh, snap.
That's fair. Just gotta fist it in there and everything's fine.
I mean, we're all
All right.
wondering what Gronkowski's packing, right?
Yeah. All right. Anyways, besides Gronkowski's dick, Knize and his dead turtles,
That's
he
me.
came through 105 to 95.5 over Mel.
Another one that came
Yeah.
down to, the very end of that Monday night game. That's how I knew
Yep.
that ball hit the fucking forearm, because I was watching every goddamn minute of that game.
Yep. I had that on in the background, and when he threw that pass to Gronkowski and got the touchdown, and your score jumped up like
Hell
20
yeah.
points, I was like, okay, whew,
Hell
that
yeah.
was not looking good.
He threw a touchdown to Gronkowski and Evans, and that helps because I have both of them motherfuckers, and they were my
Yep.
last 3 playing. So yeah, it could have gone terribly bad.
Yeah, it was pretty wild. I'm glad it worked out for you. I needed you to win because I need Mel to stay kind of middle of the pack.
Yeah.
So
I needed
Worked
me to
out very
win
well.
so I could stay middle of the pack.
exactly, I want you all in the middle of the pack, just waiting for me.
Mel had a couple. Aaron Rodgers seemed to be kind of back after that Tampa Bay ass whooping, where they just bent him over.
Mm-hmm.
But that whole San Francisco thing, Tevin Coleman went out. He only got him 2. He fucking dudded
Yeah.
the shit out.
I would've started
Deontay
my
Johnson,
football
0.5. DJ Moore, 6. But Giovanni Bernardi scored 20.5. Not bad for him for being a backup.
Yeah, and
Chicken
Love that
Joe
sweet
Mixon's
stash
out.
on Bernard, right? See that sweet stash
Yeah.
on Bernard?
Oh, he says, let's fucking do it. He says, I got a stash so big, I can carry the team out. Everyone hop on.
Jesus Christ. I remember Giovanni Bernard from our first season of Pop Fantasy Football. He's got to be 80 by now. What's going on, man?
Right?
Well, that's back when he was the starter. Now he's just kind of chill mode. He's like, I'm going to let this mustache grow.
He's the type of guy that when he smokes, he doesn't even light the cigarette. He just hangs it off the edge of his lip, and it just bounces up and down as he talks.
Yep.
Yeah.
One of them
then,
real 70s You know what it means. I ain't gonna say it.
Two waiver wire pickups that I liked in this match. Knize picked up Curtis Samuel. That turned out pretty good. Got him 19.
That was
And
a
then
real
Brandon
lucky
Ayuk
fucking pickup.
got Jackie Daytona 19. So,
I'm-
I mean, not bad.
I'm sorry, it's pronounced yuck.
That Curtis Samuel move was probably that's probably the move of the week, because that, if you hadn't done that, like, that game doesn't play out for you.
It made me
No, 'cause
look
that's
like
a wild card.
it made me look like a brilliant fantasy football player.
Because, I mean, who would you put in? I mean, you kind of could have put in Hardman, but
And Hardman
be
did
hoping.
okay. Hardman got 18.5 points
Yeah.
on my bench, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
so not
fair.
bad. But
Fair.
pretty much outside of that, anybody else you would have put in, they're either on a bye or
Hurt.
would not have got you
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah.
But you're getting McCaffrey back.
Hopefully, crossing my fingers.
They said he was practicing today and he looked good.
Said his dick looks good.
McCaffrey
For a white guy.
and he gets a knock on the door. Here to see about your lungs. You got a needle here.
Oh no! Politely declined. All right.
Just
there
here to
was
do a
one-
little checky poo.
There was one team this week who was an absolute monster, who just was unstoppable. Behind one guy he has had all along, and one guy he made some moves for, and that is Jose, with
Oh, snap.
136.5 points.
Wow.
Coming on top of Vetter, 94.5.
Oh, I came all over the top of him. Yeah,
Metcalf is a fucking beast, man. That guy's next level.
Yeah, Metcalf was my fucking stud of the team.
He-
The Metcalf. Who?
He goes round 1 next draft for sure.
Yeah, he's up there, dude. He's just, I mean, he looks like WWE catching ball.
He
looks ridiculous.
dwarfs these guys. Dwarfs them.
It's like the Derrick Henry pictures you see of him standing next to other running backs,
Yeah.
where it's just like, it looks like he's talking to like a middle schooler. Like, it's ridiculous.
And then he can outrun each and every single one of
Big.
them, too.
He's fast as fuck.
Hmm.
For a big dude that big. He like, I guess what, like
Oh no.
Oh no.
The Electoral
He's gone.
College got Jose.
They were like, don't tell anybody how big he is. Shut him down. Tito sent me some Instagram post this week about Metcalf that said, I want to say he was like 10 years old.
No, 5.
5 years old. He was like lifting and working out, trying to beat his dad in like a race and like what he could bench press. And it was like, okay, like, holy shit. Imagine being a dad and having a 5-year-old be like, I'm going to bench more than you weak ass bitch. Like,
it looks like, but I think he won.
Yeah.
Oh, surprise,
Wild.
surprise. Aaron Rodgers throwing at Devontae Adams. They just showed a clip. Devontae Adams in the past 6 years has 48 touchdowns. That's the most of any wide receiver.
And he just caught another ball on 4th and inches for a first down.
with the guy literally hanging on him.
Yeah.
And like Aaron Rodgers is like, ha, wild. Like even Aaron Rodgers is
he
like, I
held
can't
his
believe
arm.
that worked.
The guy held his arms.
Yeah.
And he still caught that
He
ball.
ripped his glove off his hands trying to
He
catch
said,
the
no.
ball.
He said, I caught the ball and I kept my glove on my hand. You can't do shit to me. That
Oh.
guy, what a fucking.
Unreal.
So yeah, the move I made, he scored good points this week, but that move brought me 27 from Herbert and 16-5 from Keenan Allen, and it's going. I like the direction, but the pickup that fucking surprised me. We want to talk about a little unexpected stud. How about them Dolphins? D?
Right?
Yeah.
How
I'm a
about
stud.
that D?
Now, what made you start the defense? What made you start the Dolphins defense?
No, here's what happened. I got cute. I am stuck with the Dolphins defense. I got cute the Tampa versus Green Bay game. I drafted Tampa. I should have kept them. I dropped them to because I didn't want Tampa against Green Bay, and I picked up the Dolphins, who were playing the Jets that week. And Tampa got scooped up before I can get them back. So then I was stuck with the Dolphins. That's why I played the Dolphins, because I already had them because I fucked up the week before getting cute. And then they were the best.
Yeah, what were you going to do? Pick up the
I
Giants?
liked on the waivers. The other defenses, I didn't like them. And Tampa was gone. Mahoney made sure he got fucking Tampa.
I sure did. As soon as you said you wanted them, I was like, name your price. I must have them.
Yeah. Man, Tanyan was open and all he wanted to do was look at Adams, you son of a bitch. It's like he doesn't even, no one else plays on this team. It's Adams and fucking
And Jones. This is
Could you
just
imagine
all
having
Adams and Jones this whole game?
That's a nasty duo.
Yeah.
Rodgers and Jones together, or Rodgers and Adams.
Yeah. You'd be set up pretty well. Matt and Mel and Tad should talk.
No, they shouldn't. They're fine. Leave them both separate.
Talk and see who comes out on top of the other.
All right. Speaking of Tad won last week in what was the slap fight of the week, 70-57 over Kelly.
Listen, Tad won with 1 point from his quarterback.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
No,
Kelly.
that's not Mercedes Lewis, you son of a bitch.
Put that in the intro.
Tad got 1 point from his quarterback. Tad got 3.5 from Joshua Kelly, who for some reason he insists on hanging on to. I don't know why. He's hoping that Eckler goes down or something.
2 from his kicker.
Two
Couldn't
from
even
his
get a
kicker.
field goal off.
Yep. And then 26.5 from Devontae Adams.
God damn, dude. Yeah, that's Devontae Adams won him last week when I played him, and he won him this week. Could you imagine if Kelly put up 57 and beat him?
No, that would have been
That possibility was there.
Yeah.
What bad luck for Kelly, man. With Lamar Jackson,
Yeah.
that his wideouts, Thielen and Lockett, and then Robbie Anderson as his flex.
Yeah.
And they did nothing for
Well,
him.
his tight end won 5. Defense got him 0.
I don't know if it
he
was
had
all
Cup.
matchups. I guess. I mean, he had Jackson versus Pittsburgh. He had Lockett versus San Francisco. Thielen was in that Green Bay game that was wild.
Yeah. Well, that was all running like that because Dalvin Cook was fucking killing. Why throw? Why give Kirk Cousins the chance to throw a pick 6
And
when
fuck up
Dalvin
the
Cook
game, yeah.
is shredding him?
Yep.
You just don't do it. And that's what's up. But his pickup, Damian Harris, he played the right New England running back. I mean, I guess Kelly has figured out New England.
The only one.
They're not letting Cam throw much anymore.
No.
They shouldn't let him run either after last week's game.
They might not. They might move away from
throw?
Cam, and then somebody like Damian Harris is probably pretty valuable to you because he may do the majority of the work for New England going forward.
It's easy to look at Kelly's lineup and be like, okay, why didn't he start Cooper Kupp, who got him 16.5 and would have won the game for him? But when you have Thielen, Lockett, and Robbie Anderson, where do you fit?
Yeah,
Kupp
he
in?
didn't make a bad move.
Right.
Yeah.
And Kelly was having an existential crisis because he's like, what the fuck? I was projected for 102. How do I have 57? Why do these projection guys have jobs still?
Yeah, that's fair. That's really fair.
But they're just going off his team's average.
Well, they're going off of history. They're going off of numbers.
Thielen was supposed to get him. Thielen has been good for 10+, even at his worst. But just the game script didn't go that way. Tyler Lockett just scored fucking 95 2 weeks ago.
I'll tell you, my take, when you have Thielen, Lockett, Anderson, and Cooper Kupp, right? You can play 3 of them max. You have 4 guys who are going to be projected within 2, 3, maybe 5 points of each other each week, right? You can't keep all 4. You have to take one of them and turn them into something else. Like, find someone who needs a wide receiver and get a running back or a tight end or a defense or like something else. Like, don't just keep 4 guys that you can only choose 3 and then every week kick yourself if you pick the wrong 3 out of the 4, you know?
Well,
like
2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, Kelly didn't need any running backs. Now he needs running backs.
yeah.
I took Mike Davis from him.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then again, Mike Davis didn't do a whole lot for me this week either. So, you know, he had about as many points as Robbie Anderson did. I think Mike Davis had 7.5. Robbie Anderson had 6.5.
No, but that trade was in his favor because Mike Davis's usage will run out before Robbie Anderson's will. They will use Robbie Anderson
anyone but
all
me.
year long.
Yeah.
They will not use Mike. But seeing how you have McCaffrey,
right,
it kind of balances out because then if McCaffrey does get hurt again, you're fine. And you have a backup that is proven can handle the role. So you're good. That trade is almost washes between both.
Yeah. I mean, personally, I wouldn't have paid Robbie Anderson for Mike Davis. I would have traded for Mike Davis if I was you, but I would have tried to get a lower price for Mike Davis. But like now that Kelly has Robbie Anderson, it's time to pick one of those wide receivers that you don't like and try to turn him into something else.
But now maybe is when you flip Cooper Kupp.
Yeah.
Do you use this 16.5 game? You use when he's doing good. Try to flip him now.
Yep. Well, and you got to look at the schedules. You got to look at who you think's going to be there for you the rest of the year, and you got to try to find somebody who needs something you've got and get something that you could use in exchange,
Absolutely. Like you trade from strength.
Yep.
Well, he'll be
here's another. Go ahead.
He'll be thankful to get all of this information Monday when he listens to this.
And the trade deadline is passed.
It's Wednesday. Waiver wires are already on.
Yeah.
Trade deadline passed. But so DeAndre Swift. That's half, you kind of got to blame it on. He's kind of a rookie, but also the matchup wasn't good. Like Indiana's defense has been great.
Yeah.
All season. So it just kind of happens. So, you know what I mean? Like a great defense most of the time will outdo a rookie running back.
Yep.
But like next week, but it's a clear path that Swift is taking over the lead role. So he didn't make the wrong play. It just didn't work out this week.
Yeah, I mean his only other running back option on his roster was Rex Burkhead, who put up 2.5.
Right.
So definitely the right play.
He did play the right New England running back.
Yep. All right, and our last match of the week.
Oh my God, is Jones' foot supposed to be that way?
No, shut up. Our last match, another monster score. Tito coming in with 131.5 over Goat at 93.5.
This is what happens when you start 3 Chiefs that going against the Jets.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's talk about some studs real quick because Tito has have some consistent studs.
I'm a
whole
stud.
Year. This fucking Russell Wilson guy. You ever heard of him?
A couple times, yeah.
Little short dude married to Sierra. Running around throwing bombs like he don't give a fuck, dude. He put up 36. And he's just been they've just been lights out. Their game plan is we're gonna throw on you, and we don't care what running back we have, he's gonna run and he's gonna score.
Yep.
And that's just what they've been doing all season. And then he's Tyreek Hill came in the trade, had to give him up. I'm hoping down the road it doesn't bite me in the ass. But right now it's looking like I should have given him Kareem Hunt instead of Tyreek. But we'll see what happens. But Hill and Kelsey, 23-20. But here's what's interesting is Ezekiel Elliott still hitting that fucking dud list.
Yep.
Because 7.5. Like, this is not what you expected from Ezekiel. Where did he go?
Well,
what was he drafted?
He went third.
Third.
But remember who they lost? They lost Dak, so they know
Exactly.
that they're on their third string quarterback. So it's not they're gonna put 8-9 guys in the box. They're gonna stop Elliott and make Denunzio, whatever the fuck his name is, throw the ball and try to beat him, and that's not happening.
And even outside of that, he just hasn't been playing well. Like he's had more fumbles this little streak of games than like he has for season long. Yeah. It's gotta suck knowing like we're done, and it was so early in the season, and they were playing so great, and then it's like, well, we're done, and now I suck. Wow, wow, wow.
Well, here you go, Tito.
You got the dud.
But hey, Turd Ferguson throwing it. I mean, and is along with Ezekiel on the dud side on this side, Amari Cooper suffers on that end too, because a great wide receiver who no one can get the ball to. Don't put up numbers.
Amari Cooper last week, 0.5.
So he caught one ball for less than 10 yards.
Yep.
That's what that is.
Yep.
That's it. I think it was like a 5-yard pass.
Oof.
Yeah, like one catch, 5 yards.
And it was in like the fourth. I saw it. It was real late in the game.
Yeah, like that was him hauling in them garbage time numbers.
Yeah.
That was him.
Even the announcers were like, Cooper finally with a catch. Okay. Like.
But he did have Jared Cook studded it out, 13.5. I mean, he's been pretty consistent this year with no Michael Thomas. Like Jared Cook's kind of his blanket, or his his blankie.
There was a point last week. Kittle goes down. I lose Kittle, so I start looking. Where can I pick up a tight end? Who's got extra tight ends? And Goat had what's his name? Hopper, somebody from Cleveland, I think.
Yeah,
who hadn't been playing. Yeah, hadn't been playing because he had like appendicitis. And I'm like, okay, all right. So like, Goat's somebody I can maybe match up with and try to work a trade. And I wound up connecting with Mary and making a trade with Mary while we're playing each other, which is always interesting. But it's fine, and it's gonna work out, I think, for both of us. And then Goat drops Hooper for Dez Bryant. I'm like, man, Goat, you love anyone who used to be a Cowboy. Like, I was out here about to give you something for this guy, and you dropped him for Dez Bryant, who's on a practice squad.
Don't let your babies grow up to love Cowboys.
But hey, remember all the shit we gave Knize when he wanted Gronkowski so bad, and now that looks like a brilliant move?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, that might be continual. Gronk be Gronk again, man.
He got the Tide Pods out of his system.
Yep.
He knocked the rust off of his joints.
No, I think he ate enough Tide Pods. He put enough Tide Pods in his
he
system.
got the Tide Pods into his system.
He's just butt chugging Tide Pods. Well, didn't you send a talk or it was an Instagram picture or something of his girlfriend saying that if they didn't win tonight, he was gonna break up with him? She was gonna break up with him or something like that?
He said if he didn't win, she calls him before the games, I guess, and she like hypes him up. They like yell at each other, and she told him if he didn't win to lose her number. So I'll tell you what, she's on some kind of show or something now, so she's got a lot of downtime in her trailer, and she has really embraced the TikTok dance lifestyle. So look her up.
Well, you have definitely shared her videos with us before, and she's got those. She got them hoots.
Yep.
She's very talented.
Mm-hmm. She does
Former
good work.
Patriots cheerleader, so she knows what she's doing.
I didn't mention it when we were talking, I think, Kelly's game, because Kelly loves the Patriots. But before the Thursday night game tonight, they had a skit of a support group for all the teams that aren't going to make it into the playoffs. So it's the Bengals and it's the Giants, and they're all sitting around talking, and then a Patriot walks in. And the Patriot's like, is this the right place? And they're all like, yep, it's the right place. Come on in.
Oh, yeah. I haven't been here in a while.
All right. Well,
maybe Bledsoe comes back.
We all set with week 8 scoreboard?
That's week 8.
All right.
That's all of them.
let's.
We can't skate. So I was the wild card. I was the only plan that didn't go.
You were the only thing that didn't work the way I needed. You were the 1 out of 14 million that didn't play out the way I wanted.
The same. I needed Kelly to win. I needed everyone in my division to lose, and Tad was the only one because poor Kelly. Poor Kelly trusted them projections too much.
Man, you must have felt pretty good about it when Tad had 70 points until Kelly was like, I can handle this.
Yeah, 70. I'm gonna double down. 57. Motherfucker.
All right, let's head over to Tito and take a look at the standings after week 8.
All right, this week we're going to start in the Japan shit division, which is our most competitive division. You got Tad's team at 5-3. Right behind them, still at 5-3, but just tiebreaker away is Vetter's team, also at 5-3. Goat and Lee come in at 4-4, and Knize in at 4-4.
Mm-hmm.
So Knize for starting out. How did you start out the season? 0 and what?
It was at least 0-2. I think 0-2, and then I won one.
All right, and now you're right back in it. You're just a game out.
Mm-hmm.
Of the division lead. So we go over to Hell's Kitchen, where Shark is leading the division expanding his lead in his division at 6-2. And then you have Kelly, Mel coming in at 4-4, and Mary in at 2-6 after her loss to Mahoney. Switch over to Cybertron division. I'm still in the lead there at 7-1. So just take notice that Mel is now 1 game behind me.
Matt.
For the overall, Matt is 1 game behind me over the overall lead. And then you have Jose now not firmly, but in second place at 3-5.
Oh no, it's firm.
Oh yeah,
It's so firm.
looking a little flaccid over there. That second place lead.
Nah, he's trending up.
And
Hey,
Mahoney,
I'm going up, baby. Hey, I've been in the top 2 scoring the past 2 weeks.
Oh, we'll
That's
get
true.
to the score.
That's
We'll get to
true.
the scores in a second. Mahoney and Juan tied at 2-6. So Mahoney's almost out of the basement right now.
Almost. I told y'all I'm coming. I got you right where I want you.
So since you mentioned Jose points, Jose moves into second place because Tad put up that 70 points in overall points.
Did I not call that last week? I said I was taking second place.
I'm 99.5 points ahead of Jose
Woo.
of the overall lead, and Tad just as close as he was last week just dropped down to third, and Jose just
Maybe
shot
the
right
highest scoring team did not make the playoffs.
Yeah, that was me last year, by the way.
I remember.
Well then, are we switching? You gonna win it?
I think you might.
Wow, fucking Tad is on a 4-game win streak.
Yeah.
Shark is
And
on
he-
a
No,
5.
Devontae Adams.
Shark has
Tad is-
5 games.
Tad is 5-3. So if you recall, at one point Tad was 1-3, and we were like, Tad's gonna be in the Kerouac. And now he's 5-3, leading his division and like running away with it.
Holy shit. Look at Kelly and Juan. 4 in a row losses, 5 in a row losses.
Yep.
Ugh. No, thank you. Well, since it's getting towards the end, we were at the halfway point last week. We're getting towards the end of the season, so we're gonna start looking at. Oh, that's not it. This is it. The projective playoff matchups. I said that great. Good job talking to me.
Pronunciation.
Projected playoff matchups.
The wrong syllable.
Yeah, you'd have me against Vetter and Shark against Tad.
Yeah.
I'm going against Tad this week. So let's see how that plays out. But it's still super close. Like all these teams are still there's a big jumble in the middle there.
Yeah, if you think about everybody who's 4-4, or 5-4, or whatever, 4-4. Everybody's 5-4. You got Vetter at 4-4. You got Vetter at 5-3. Like it's real close. So the wild card is a game away from 1, 2, 3, 4 teams. 2 games away from Jose and 3 games away from Juan and I. Like
Depending on how things work out, there's going to be a lot of 4 and 5 teams this week.
Yep. That's what I'm hoping.
I am
All the
stoked
teams.
to see currently, because of the current standings in the consolation ladder, it's mathematically impossible for me to be in the Kerouac. But just
Take a
this
look.
week. Just this week.
Take a look right now at how it could play out. Juan and Jose, me versus Mary.
Oh,
The two losers
my
of
God.
those matches. If Mary beats me and Juan beats Jose, it's me and Jose in the Kerouac.
It's gotta be.
I can't let Juan beat me twice in a year.
You might, because it might just be the winds of destiny, buddy. Might just be blowing us towards the.
Oh my God! Aaron Rodgers just threw a
It's,
fucking
bomb. Seed. Who's that?
Marquez Scandling, MVS.
That was a hell of a throw.
Yeah, they're destroying
What?
San Francisco right now. They're putting it on them. It's about to be 21-3 with
Oh, that was
under
like a
2 minutes to go.
50, 60-yard bomb? 40? 10-yard?
Mel's
About
team
50.
must be looking pretty good.
That was a 105-yard throw.
All right. Well,
All right, well, speaking of,
so let's go to the Week 9 preview.
let's go to week nine. Let's start out with Mel and Jose.
Say again?
Let's start out with Mel and Jose. Because Mel has Aaron Rodgers.
And
Mel
the Green
also
Bay
has
defense.
the Green Bay defense. So
You
whew,
And
boy,
he's got
Jose-
Hasty.
You
Right,
use
he's got Hasty going too. He
Hasty's
has
not doing much for him
49ers.
right now.
Oh, there we go.
Hey,
Hasty's got a
that's
half
3
point.
players going.
And
So that helps negate Aaron Rodgers' big game. He was predicted 11. He was predicted 11. So take 11 from Aaron Rodgers' final score if Hasty stays at 0.5, and then we'll see where we're at.
Okay, and take away the points that your tight end was supposed to score because he only has a catch for less than 10 yards.
Well,
So
he was
gotta-
supposed to only score 6, though.
Okay, so then that equates.
He can
You gotta
still
level that
hit
up.
6. He can still hit
And-
6.
And he can still hit 11.
Well, he
Yeah.
could. He can
All
also
he needs
break
is
his
a
dick.
touchdown. He might break
Was
his dick, but then you know what'll happen. He'll come back even stronger.
Mahoney
So
makes
that's
a trade
wild.
for him.
So Mel, I do believe, was started out projected to lose, or it was going to at least be very close. But now
no, we were like close.
Yeah,
It was the
with Aaron
original.
Rodgers-
Projected to-
The original projections
I'm
were
still projected
104
to
to
win.
107. Jose.
yeah, now it's 117 Mel, 104 Jose, which is to be expected because you've only got one guy going right now,
Right.
and that guy's got a half a point, and he's got 3. So it'll all even out. But right now,
But hey,
looking pretty good for Mel.
he's got DeAndre Hopkins. So outside of Aaron Rodgers, I'm taking his best shots like right now.
Yep. Yeah.
Or outside of Hopkins, I'm taking his best shot. Aaron Rodgers and Hopkins. Oh my God, Mullins just got fucking clobbered. Are the biggest threats. So we'll see how that goes. And I have the Dolphins going against Arizona.
I on my little list, I every week I make a list of all the matchups. I take a look at who I need to win, who I need to lose, and then I look at what does each team need. And on yours, Jose, I wrote in a big old bold letter a defense. And you have there were so many good defenses out on the waiver wire this week, and you didn't make a move, and now they're all gone. And I'm just like, what is he doing? What is he
I think
doing?
I'll
I
be
needed
all right.
him to win.
I would
I'll be all right.
suggest that you float the
They're going to
idea.
surprise people.
I would suggest that you float the idea to Mel that you both sit your defenses, but he's got the Packers, so.
Yeah. So now the Dolphins have to defend Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Have fun with that.
Hey, Murray can throw some picks. All I need is a couple touchdowns.
A couple. You're being greedy there, aren't you? A couple.
No, I just think that they can do it. They can
I
do a
think
couple
one is
touchdowns.
fine, considering that you're projected at 4.8. If you get one touchdown, consider yourself lucky.
If you get one touchdown out of the Miami defense the rest of the season, consider yourself lucky.
No, they're up there
We'll
as a
see.
scoring defense.
We'll see.
I'll tell you right now where they're at.
Hold on.
They
Let's see.
they
Let's
won
see.
-4, 11, 0, 14, 12, 18. So the last 3 weeks have been really good. They played San Francisco, the Jets, and the Rams.
Yeah, that Rams game is bizarre, but San Francisco, did they have Garoppolo at that point?
No, they didn't.
Yeah, so
Well, it doesn't matter who they have. Points are points, motherfucker.
points are
Right.
points. I'm just saying that's a mirage. That's not like they beat San Francisco when San Francisco, they beat San Francisco with no quarterback
Yeah, but see,
and with
but
like
here's
their third string
here's
running
what I
back.
like.
Here's the against San Francisco's 2 interceptions, 1 fumble, and 5 sacks.
Yep.
That's where they got their points from. They allowed 17 points.
Hey man, I can handle that. But
Their average points for the season so far are 7.4, which is really good.
I think it's more
they're
likely.
eighth.
It's more likely that you find out who kidnapped the Dolphins mascot Snowflake than the Dolphins getting a touchdown.
Not necessarily.
How many
They've been
touchdowns
trending.
have they had? Let's see. Well, this is week 9. The Dolphins defense has scored 2 touchdowns all year, both of them last game.
Hey, but here's the thing.
Trending
I've only
up.
had them the past 2 weeks, so that's all
fine.
that matters to me.
That's fine. I'm
That's all
just
that
saying.
matters.
I'm just saying. Consider over the first 8 weeks, they scored 2 touchdowns, both in one game. So over the next 8 weeks, if they score you 1 touchdown, I think that's pretty good.
You got the dud!
We'll see. We'll see.
We
Time-
will see.
Time will tell. Hey, 2020 is wild, y'all.
It is. Sure
The
is.
Dolphins and the Giants are for real.
He's gonna drag this out. Like the game will be over, and he'll be like, "No, we gotta count the Dolphins' touchdowns. We got touchdowns coming in the mail. We got absentee touchdowns. All this. That's actually
There's
Mary's.
a couple penalties
That's
we're
Mary's
trying to
joke
figure
that I
out.
stole.
All right, so I got a player going. I got Aaron Jones. He's going right now. I was very concerned about starting him because he was injured. I didn't even know if he was going to play. Even if he was going to play, they said they were going to be like careful with him, and I was worried that he would just kind of not. He'd like play, but like not play, like McKinnon did to me that week. But he's got 8 points so far, and you know what? Honestly, if I get 8 points out of Aaron Jones, I'm feeling pretty good. Because I was expecting
Well,
0.
except for they just said he may not come back.
That's fine. I just said if I get 8 points, I'm feeling okay.
No, like
Ever?
done, like ever.
That's
Like,
okay. I got
They're heading to the locker room right now. I think everyone just quit. Both teams are running to the locker room. I think they quit the game.
The only way Aaron Jones is
Like
coming
it's
back
madness.
is as a
The
ghost.
stadium's empty and all of the teams are rushing to the locker rooms. I don't know what's going on.
I think they call
Oh.
that halftime. The
Except for what?
stadium's empty.
The stadium's empty. So, Vetter is projected for 118. I, with Aaron Jones putting up 8, am projected for 112. We'll see. It's going to be a tough week for me. I would really appreciate if Dalvin Cook could put up another 47 points. But
Yeah, because is this the week? Is this finally the week we are going to see Aaron Jones, Dalvin Cook, and Michael Thomas put up points on your lineup in the
Let's
same
see.
week together?
let's see. It hasn't happened yet.
Is Thomas? Are they saying he's going to play?
No. Well, they're alleging that he might play, but I think it's unlikely.
You're starting him though.
I've got him in the lineup until they tell me he's not going to be there, but I think it's probably 50-50 that he even plays. But I'll tell you who I got waiting in the wings. My man, Cole Beasley.
Beasley.
You give me the sign that Michael Thomas is a no-go, and I'm swapping Cole Beasley out and putting him in there. And you know who's
Up
going to
in
be
that.
throwing to Beasley is Vetter's quarterback. So I don't
that's
mind that
nice.
at all.
Yeah.
I like that.
Because John Brown is dinged up, so you know he's not going to get it. And last week, what's his name? The other guy over there got injured. They're number 1. So when they go into Seattle and they
Diggs.
need to throw and throw and throw, it's going to be Cole Beasley time.
You should probably put Madison in.
I don't need Madison. I only have Madison in case Cook goes down with another broken dick.
Yeah, but you should put him in because then you'd have
He's
2
gonna break his
players
spare
with
dick.
purple jerseys in your starting lineup. I think that'd be so cool.
It would be very cool. It would look excellent. It'd be very Hawkeye-esque.
Yeah.
We all know how I love
Yeah,
Hawkeye.
I'm just saying your color balance is off. You should put another purple jersey in. Sit Michael Thomas, put Madison in there, balance out the color feng
You know what I'll probably
shui
do?
of your
I'm going to
lineup.
send Madison to Kelly. I'm going to get Thielen, and I'll put him in at the flex for you.
You
That'll
feeling
even it out.
No, because I'll tell you, if you make that trade, here's what happens. Dalvin Cook and Thielen on a long play run into each other, both out for the season.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what
Becomes
would
a
happen.
starting running back and just has a career season.
Yeah, a fun game to play this year is how many players have I traded for that didn't immediately get hurt and not be in my lineup ever again. So,
Oh yeah, we didn't really talk much about Kittle, did we?
yeah, Kittle's gone. I mean, Cook traded for him when he was already hurt. Jones traded for him, and I think he immediately got hurt. Kittle traded for him, got hurt. McKinnon traded for him. He needed a little nap. He had to take that. I picked him up.
Thomas.
Yeah, Thomas.
He was hurt, right?
He was hurt. He's still not back. So, like, I've got a lot of players that I kind of patiently waited for, and I'll tell you what, getting a little impatient waiting for these guys. Like, let's go.
This is the craziest 2-6, 45 transaction team I've ever seen.
Yeah, let's run down my lineup. This is my lineup with everybody present except for
Jamal Williams.
I got Marvin Jones Jr. in there, and I normally would not. I would normally probably roll with Christian Kirk or one of those guys. But I got Tannehill, Aaron Jones, Dalvin Cook, Terry McLaurin, Marvin Jones Jr., Noah Fant, Michael Thomas, the Bucks defense, and Joey Sly. And I'm 2-6 with the lowest points scored in the entire league. Like, what the fuck?
Amazing.
Wild. All right, so we'll see. I don't know if I got what it takes to get better this week, but you know,
You got
whatever,
to.
man.
Everybody in my division needs to lose, so
I'll do my best to help you out with that.
Except for me. But if I lose and everybody else loses too, that's cool.
Yeah, that'll be fine. Let's go down to your match, Knize. You are playing who is this person? Oh yes, your wife.
My wife.
Playing your wife. So that's got to make things awkward.
War of the Roses over here.
Not really. She made some comment like we were playing games or watching TV or something. She's like, "Man, when does the football game start?" And I was like, "Oh, you anxious to get this ass beaten over with?" And she's like, "Yeah."
Aww.
I
admire going
Mary
right now with 3 points.
Yeah,
Mary's got nobody playing yet, but
that's not great.
Projected to beat her. We'll see.
Yeah, my question right now is whether or not McCaffrey actually plays, and if he does not, I got him in flex, so I can switch him out with either Mike Davis or Godwin is currently not showing questionable, but still pretty questionable. And then I still got Samuel, but the starting wide receiver is back, so his production is going to go way down.
One thing to look at Mary's team is that she has Dobbins in. With Mark Ingram out, he was splitting time. They was splitting time in the backfield together, so now Dobbins is going to get the bulk of the carries there. So it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out for him. He's been projected since they got him to eventually take over that running back role.
J.K. Dobbins. Yeah, Mary's a Harry Potter fan. Next year, Jose is going to draft all snacks, and Mary's going to draft all members of Hufflepuff.
And then Mary put in her secret weapon, Young Hoku.
Hell yeah.
Nice. Good. He's going to put up 20.
He's going to kick the fuck out of that ball.
He is. All right, let's go up. Let's go to Kelly and Juan. Kelly and Juan projected 100 for Kelly, 106 for Juan. Going to be a tight one this week. Hopefully Kelly's projections work out for him a little bit better than last week.
Yes.
I'll tell you, much as I love Kelly, I'm pulling for Juan. I'm pulling for Juan this week because
do you need Juan to win?
I mean, I would like Juan to lose, but if Kelly wins, he goes to 5-4, If Kelly loses, he goes to 4-5. Juan just goes to 3-6, and I can work with 3-6. So.
Oh, you need the gap to close on the
Right.
the high side. Okay.
I would rather have Juan stay, hopefully keep pace with me, than have Kelly pull away a little bit more. So, love you, Kelly, but pulling for you, Juan. Put that in your notebook. Write that down.
Right now, Kelly is starting Matt Ryan over Lamar Jackson.
Okay, that's interesting. I tried to send Juan a wide receiver because Juan is really hurting for wide receivers this week. I tried to send him a wide receiver like 4 times, and he declined all my trades. And I'm like, motherfucker, will you let me help you? Will you take a wide receiver already? But no, he won't.
No, but see, now you've told him that you need him to win, so now he's going to tank.
You motherfucker. Don't you do it, Juan. Don't you do it.
Juan's like,
you really want to stick it to him, Juan? Fucking lose.
No.
That'll show him.
No.
That'll show him so good.
Sit
Just fucking
No, don't
sit
do that.
Mahomes.
Oh,
no, better yet,
great.
drop Mahomes.
If there's anyone who would fucking tank a week to teach me a lesson, it's Juan.
Juan's rubbing his hands together like, oh, losing on purpose. This is where I'm a Viking.
Oh. Is this why you're starting Danny Amendola and you won't take any wide receivers?
Wait till Sunday at 1:00. You see Nick Foles in the starting lineup.
Oh God.
Yeah, you see his projections going because once every 10 minutes he puts another player on the bench.
Oh my God.
Beep.
Well, Kelly's got Matt Ryan in there over Lamar Jackson, but Lamar Jackson's got Indiana this week, and Indiana's defense is legit. So.
And Lamar Jackson has not been impressive.
No, he hasn't been. He's not Lamar of last year. I'll tell you that much.
He's hot and cold. Like, 18's okay, but not for Lamar Jackson, I don't think.
No, here's the rule. If they're on my team the year I win, don't touch them the year after.
It's fair. It seems to be.
But then
Michael
again,
Thomas,
fairly accurate.
Michael Thomas was my #1 pick. How's Michael Thomas been doing for everybody?
I don't know. I'm not sure he's played this year yet.
but then again, comparing Lamar Jackson's stats to Matt Ryan's, Lamar Jackson still looks better. So
Yeah, I know, right? It's like, I mean, who's Atlanta playing?
Denver.
Denver.
See,
Denver's
and Lavon Mills
ranked
is supposed to
20th
be
against
coming back.
quarterbacks. So.
I mean, they can be shredded, but any given Sunday, man, that team just says not today.
Yeah.
Game
We'll
of
see.
inches.
We'll see. All right, so this next match, Matt and Goat. Goat's projected for 106. Matt projected for 101. Now, Matt is 6-2. Tito mentioned how he's only a game behind Tito for the overall lead in the league. Goat's 4-4. So I need Matt to get this. I need 7-2 out of Matt and Goat to be 4-5 because I need people to stay middle of the pack. But blow for Matt today because Josh Jacobs, his running back for the Raiders, is apparently injured, and I'm not sure he even practiced today.
Yeah,
so
he's questionable going in.
Matt had an embarrassment of riches in running backs. Matt had Myles Gaskin, Joe Mixon, Josh Jacobs, and James Robinson. And now Gaskin is on the IR. Mixon has been out for like 3 weeks now, and Jacobs might not play, and he might not have enough running backs. And let me tell you, there are no running backs out on the waiver wire. And for some reason, Matt, you're blowing my mind with this move. I don't know what you were thinking. You might not have enough running backs if Jacobs doesn't play. You have Dexter Williams, who's playing for Green Bay. You didn't start Dexter Williams, but you kept him on your bench, and now he's getting you 0 points on your bench and filling up a roster spot. You should have dropped Dexter Williams at the point you decided you weren't going to play him and kept your options open in case you need to pick somebody up to fill in for Josh Jacobs. What are you doing? I need you to win.
Yeah, but he can drop Burrow to pick up a running back.
That's
yeah,
not
but
gonna
why
happen.
drop Dexter Williams? You're never going to use again. You're never going to use Dexter Williams. You shouldn't have kept him. You should have dropped him immediately. As soon as he didn't make the lineup, drop him. He's not going to have a breakout year. Dexter Williams is projected for 2.1 points and currently has 0. He's not going to be a big target out on the waiver wire. Like, you can let him go and go get him again later if you want him later. Like, what are you doing? Don't hold on to that guy. What a waste of a spot. All right. Who else do we have?
Yeah, where
We're all out of order. We're all out of order. I don't think we've covered Tad and Tito.
All right.
Tad and Tito. Tito's projected for 127. Tad's projected for 110. But Tad's got Devontae Adams, who early in the game was really looking like he was going to be some trouble for Tito. But
Yeah.
it's 13 points at the half.
San Francisco
Okay.
realized, hey, maybe we should cover this guy.
Yeah, exactly. Which is good for me. I think San Francisco should cover Devontae Adams nonstop. And then, with this big lead they've got, they should probably just let Aaron Jones just, grind
Run
it
the
out
ball.
for the rest of the game. So,
Oh no, you didn't hear?
he broke his spare dick.
No!
Yeah,
Aaron
so
Jo-
he broke his dick in the first quarter, and then the doctors they fixed it and they gave him a spare. But then late in the second quarter, right before shit went nuts, everyone ran to their lockers.
It's all right. They'll get
hurt.
some popsicle sticks. They'll splint it up. Everything will be fine.
Aaron
It'll be
Jones
totally
died
fine.
on the way back to his home planet.
Yeah. So
Oh shit! They pulled
Tito,
Aaron Rodgers.
Tito and Tad
Did they
is an
really?
interesting. No.
No, I don't know. He was just he's on the sidelines in a mask. They're
It's 'cause
kicking
they're
off.
Kicking off. Yeah. So Tito and Tad is an interesting game for me because Tito's 7-1, Tad's 5-3. I think Tito and Tad are both going to win their division, so I don't really give a shit which one of you wins. So
Yeah, kind of.
go nuts.
Fucking slap each other.
Yeah.
Nah, man. I'm gonna.
What
win
if you
my-
both lost? Tito, could you both lose? What if you're tied? Let's have a
Yes.
tie.
Yes.
Yeah,
tie.
tie.
Please tie.
Yeah.
Oh, how
fucking
cool would
hate
that be?
ties.
Just fucking straight tie, dude.
Let's do it. Let's all agree that Tito and Tad are going to tie this week.
All right, so this week they're gonna tie. Juan's gonna throw it.
No.
I dig it. I like it.
And Jose is gonna pull his defense.
Jose effectively pulled his defense by starting Miami.
Man, I already explained how I got here.
I know, but there were so many good there was like 4 good defenses this week out on waivers.
Which ones? Which one?
There was Arizona. There was
Possibly.
Houston.
But here's
there
the thing:
was-
is I didn't like Arizona's schedule
That's
moving
fine.
forward. I like
That's-
Miami's
You're-
schedule
but
more.
Jose, not for nothing. You're not in the position to look moving forward. You have to look week to week because you're
Yeah.
in the middle of the
I
pack.
always gotta look forward.
Well, you got to
you
look
can
forward.
Yeah,
afford
the
You
last
also
time I
got to worry
fucked
about
up,
the
and
week.
but that's how I got stuck with Miami's D.
Well, no, you never should have dropped the Tampa defense. You should have.
Well,
You
yeah,
should have
but
dropped someone else and kept both defenses. If you want to stream a defense for a
know.
week,
I fucked up, man. I got cute.
I know.
I
Well,
got too cute.
I'll tell you what. If you really want the Tampa defense back, I will
You never sent me
happily.
an offer.
I will happily give you Tampa for DK Metcalf. Well, I didn't need a running back anymore because my running backs came back.
Yeah, I don't need a defense that bad.
Well, we'll talk after Miami
Give
faces
me-
Arizona.
No, DK Metcalf. I'm gonna at least need somebody off your IR.
Well, if it's any consolation, Jose, if you look at the picks, you're the only one that was picked by all 4 of us this week. So,
Oh, you guys doomed me.
yep. And then I was
Done
looking.
for.
Then I was looking at the picks for me versus Mary, and I was like, oh, all except for one of you motherfuckers picked Mary. And then I was like, oh, one of those motherfuckers was me that picked Mary. I told her, who should I pick?
Only
Should
one
I-
of us picked me to win, and it wasn't even me. It was Tito. So
I said to Mary, I was like, so should I pick me to win or should I pick you to win? Like, where's the curse gonna go? So, picked her to win. Let's see what happens.
Only Jose
Yeah.
picked Kelly to win against Juan.
Knize has been dealing some weird juju these past couple
see,
weeks.
that's suspicious. So Jose's over here picking Kelly to win against Juan. Then Jose's pushing this theory that Juan's going to throw the game. This feels like
I
collusion
did
right here.
Collusion.
Oh, I didn't push the
Illusion!
theory. You guys all threw it out. I just love the idea.
Yeah, that's how it works, though. Yeah, that's how it works. You get us to think of it, and then you just buy
This was
in.
your
Yeah.
guys. This
Yeah.
was your guys' idea.
Mhm. Yeah, sure,
he planted
sure.
the seed,
Yep,
and now he's watching it grow.
Exactly.
All right.
As a seed planter, Jose, I see you. I see what's going on over there.
I'm just saying, yeah, but I can't handle how the seed grows.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, we're getting into garbage time, so let's go to the 2-minute warning.
2-minute warning.
All right. Final thoughts from Commissioner Tito.
November 11th is your trade deadline. Yes, remember that?
Boo!
We have a trade deadline in the league. So this
I hate
November
that so
11th
much.
at 12 p.m. So any trades agreed upon by two teams before that get put up for a vote and are eligible.
So what is that?
Nothing
That's
happens
next
after that.
Wednesday by what time?
12 p.m.
So that's lunchtime
Eastern.
on Wednesday.
Eastern.
Okay.
Eastern.
So
I hate our
now-
trade deadline.
Yeah,
So,
I'm sorry.
Mahoney,
The
if
Are
you
we
trade.
win-
talking first lunch or are we talking fourth meal lunch?
So Mahoney, when you win the league eventually and you get to change a rule, there's the one you get.
I thought we did change this rule last year. I
No,
thought
we
we
didn't.
changed this rule.
No, we
Well,
did not.
A lot of things have happened in 2020, and to find out that we still had a trade deadline was devastating.
Mahoney found out about the trade line. He said, "Now this year sucks."
Yeah. Was barely
Oh,
holding
shit.
on.
Aaron Jones kicked a field goal, but he missed it.
Oh, great. Great. Off the upright.
-3.
I think he hurt. He pulled his calf kicking a field goal.
Oh,
No, I think he injured his butthole.
it's torn.
Oh,
Twice
it
as
went
big
from
as
his
it
dick.
should be.
His dick exploded into his anus.
It's like the Grinch's heart. His butthole's 3 sizes too big now.
They couldn't. Just a big old zipper where his tank used to be.
Oh.
Oh man. Well, if next Wednesday is the trade deadline, talk to me, people. Let's make some deals. Let's wheel and deal.
Ooh.
Let's do something. Let's.
So what? Who realistically you want for Tampa?
I don't
It's
know.
not
Let me look.
realistic.
Let me look at your
Right.
lineup.
Fuck out of here with this Metcalf. You got to come hard.
I gotta start high. I gotta start high.
Well, you're too high. You better back down a couple grams.
Hey, we'll see. We'll see.
And there's no such thing as untouchables. Hey, when they say, "Oh, you can't," I'm not going to trade this guy. He's untouchable. There's no such thing as untouchables.
Yeah.
If I offer somebody enough, anybody in my team's available.
Yeah.
You just got to come with the right offer. That's all.
Yeah.
Who you want for Tyreek Hill, Tito?
How's that Metcalf looking?
Yeah. You're in the middle of the pack. Listen, you're gonna have to trade Metcalf. Just find a team who wants him.
Yeah, but I don't need to trade anybody. I'm good. I'm good. I would say defense is probably the weakest where I'm at right now.
Yep.
Other than that, I like where I'm at. I made 2 big trades that restructured the outlook of my team, and we'll ride. Let's ride.
On that token, Jose, what are your final thoughts going into Week 9?
I want to see if we're going to end up closer in the middle with a shitload of 4 and 5 teams. I mean, it's time to start pulling away for those playoffs.
Well,
The top of the pack seem to be handling their business.
I feel like
One
it's
loss here
very
and there, but
it's very likely the middle of the pack's going to stay the middle of the pack, but you'll have a couple outliers, one that goes up, one that goes down. And that might be the trend continuing week after week.
I want to see if these scores continue in the 100 plus, because a 2 weeks ago, like barely anybody hit 100. This week, almost everybody hit 100.
Fucking Kelly and Tad are like, what? What about 100?
We giving out hundreds?
We grading on a
Hold on,
curve?
100?
What's going on?
We get some of that 100. I want to see Kelly's team have a nice rebound.
Yes.
Because he deserves it, and his team's better than 57 points.
Yes. And when
His
Kelly
team could have been a lot better but
when Kelly loses, and he loses often, like he's on a 4-game losing streak right now, he gets real bummed and like doesn't want to play fantasy football ever again. He's threatened to leave the league so many times, and I don't want to see it.
Yeah, I don't want him to leave.
It's fun having Kelly.
Yeah,
It's fun to play with Kelly.
it's great.
Especially, like, when Kelly's winning, Kelly's one of the best shit talkers out there. So I don't want him to go.
And what are
I
we
need
gonna
you to
do?
lose this week, Kelly, but it's nothing personal. I want you to win every other week, maybe. That's not true. I don't. I need you to
use
stay
that
middle of the
as
pack. I'm sorry.
Fuel. Use that as the fuel. Now win. Kelly wins. Juan throws the game.
No. Don't you
That's
do it.
2 for 1, Juan. You see that? Because he needs Kelly to win and you to lose.
No,
More.
I need Juan to win and Kelly to lose.
He needs you to lose all of them.
And
God damn it.
what are
That'll
we,
really stick it to him.
what are we gonna do if Kelly leaves the league? Bring in
Oh my God,
Thundermats? Fuck
Devontae
that.
Adams. Oh my God, Devontae Adams.
Oh, he just threw that bomb to him.
How do you not guard? There's one guy you got to guard on the team. There's
But
one guy you got to.
They're lucky he lost his balance because that was a touchdown.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
that would have been an 80-yard touchdown.
Wild.
All right, Mahoney. Final thoughts going into week 9.
All right. The trade deadline sucks, and I hate it, and
Yeah.
I didn't think it existed anymore, and
Yeah.
I'm very upset.
And it seems super early.
It's always so early, and every time I say that, Tito's like,
Oh,
that's
he's
standard,
talking
and I'm like,
about-
it's
Can you-
No, it's not standard. Actually, the standard trade deadline was 2 weeks ago.
Fuck.
I hate it.
Ooh, so
I hate it.
you're getting 2 extra weeks, and you're still giving the commissioner a hard time.
I'm going to give him a hard time about this trade deadline every single time it ever happens. Every time. I hate the trade deadline. We had one trade in the history of the league that went late and people were upset about, and now we have a trade deadline. Like,
It
one
was
time.
the type of trade. No. See, but you leave out what type of trade it
I
was.
get you, but there's already a recourse for that, and the recourse is
Yeah, it's
veto
called a
those
trade.
trades. We should veto those trades. We should be like, no, this trade is bullshit. Veto. We don't need a trade deadline to prevent those trades. We already have a way to prevent those trades.
That's a good point.
No, it's not.
The man makes a great point. Where were all you guys to veto that trade when it happened?
See, that's the thing. Most leagues have the trade veto.
Uh-oh. Jones in a scuffle.
Oh, his eyeball just popped out.
Oh no, that's okay. That's okay. He's like Daredevil. He's fucking blind.
All you gotta do is make sure he's running in the right direction, right?
Yeah, just
See,
point
but
him towards the end
but
zone.
here's the other thing: is if you wouldn't have made suspect trades, none of
Trade.
this would have ever happened.
Trade. It's not plural. There was one of them.
One.
You sure about that?
Yes,
I mean, I'm just asking. I don't know. I was just
I
asking.
know. I
There-
am
there's a-
sure there was one.
There's a difference between a suspect trade and a trade you wouldn't make. Like, for
Right.
instance, if you don't value it, then that's fine. Suspect means somebody's blatantly taking advantage of somebody. Now, and there's even some gray there. Like, for instance, if Mahoney tells you, you come to Mahoney and you say, hey, what do you want for Tampa Bay defense? And he asks for your 4th running back, you're not going to tell Mahoney no. You say, okay. And then
Yeah.
it goes through.
No, I get that, but it was the nature of this specific trade of a team that was already out of the playoffs dumping.
We all
opt-in
remember the
players.
Knize family Antonio Brown trade. It was sketchy at best. It
And-
was very, very weird,
And
it most likely
immortalized-
should have been
I-
voided. It
Nice,
should have
nice.
been vetoed.
Nice. Let's be honest. You traded Antonio Brown for like a couple of BJs or something like that, right?
No, it's because I was trying to get her to beat Jose.
Yeah, we all know
so-
it. It's fine. We know
And
it.
that is why
We don't need a trade
trade
deadline
like
for that.
Yeah, what Mahoney brings up a great
Yeah, but
point.
here-
Why
no,
wasn't
but
that?
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Because if that trade happens and it goes under the radar,
But it didn't.
like it shouldn't be on everyone
That-
else's shoulders to
That
make
trade
sure.
was like 4 years ago, and we still talk about it. It certainly did not go under the radar.
And you know what? It affected absolutely nothing.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Oh my God, Devontae Adams, guard him.
Well, since I'm still atoning for my sins from 4 years ago, why don't you flog me a little bit, Mahoney, and give me my team name for this week?
All right, so your team name for this week, I was looking back, and a couple weeks back, we had you be none pizza left beef, and I think that worked out very well for you.
I love that.
And so this week, you're going up against your wife. It's contentious. It's, you can just feel the tension in the air in the house when you're both, like, you're trying to get coffee, you're trying to make lunch, and you guys are both just looking at each other, eyeing each other, and you know that it's down to you and her. And so this week, I'm thinking, we make your team name Have a Pizza Me.
Oh my god.
With the abbreviation?
Scanling, another touchdown.
I don't know. P-I-Z-Z. Your abbreviation is PIZ.
There we go. Have a pizza me.
Like,
Save
a Pez
changes.
dispenser, but they're pizzas.
Yeah.
Jose, Aaron Jones, putting up those numbers against you.
No, Rogers.
Excuse me, Aaron Rodgers. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Too many
Touchdown.
I was like,
Aarons.
what? Aaron Jones? No. Thanks,
Too many
Tino.
Aarons.
Too many Aarons on Green
Too
Bay.
Why
many.
is he on the 1 yard line throwing touchdowns?
Yeah,
Let
I
my guy
thought-
run it in.
I told you he lost his eyeball. They haven't put it back in his socket.
So make sure you download Pop Fantasy Football and the Panels on Pages podcast on your favorite podcast app. If you can't find it on your favorite, please let us know. And while you're there, leave us a review. A little text review, give us 5 stars, thumbs up, whatever the fuck your podcast app does. And be sure to watch the Pop Fantasy Football show live every week at youtube.com/panelsonpages and chat with us in real time, like no one but Darwin did this week. We were hoping for some questions like we got last week to kind of bend our ear and give some fantasy advice out, but absolutely
And
nobody.
give out wrong advice again.
Yeah, so I mean, it's all wrong advice. Come on, man. It's only right if you flip a coin and you're lucky.
Yeah, seriously. The ESPN people can't give out
Exactly.
right advice. So.
Talk to Kelly. While you're on YouTube at Panels on Pages or youtube.com/panelsonpages, be sure to like and subscribe to the Panels on Pages YouTube. Every week we got Pop Fantasy Football. We got the Panels on Pages podcast live every Tuesday at 10 p.m. Eastern. Mahoney's got his top 6 TikToks of the week. This past week I put up a video of it's a parody of the My Buddy commercial featuring Baby Yoda. And
That was great.
We got 10 years of ground baking.
Just so many cookies.
I ran
and
out of
cakes we
water
made.
and my mouth is so dry. We got 10 years of groundbreaking Panels on Pages video content, just like that My Buddy Baby Yoda video, so check it out. We also got a new look to PanelsOnPages.com. We got new merch. I got in my long sleeve Pop Fantasy Football t-shirt today. Very cool. Check that out at merch.panelsonpages.com. And join the Discord at discord.panelsonpages.com and get involved in the discussion in the Pop Fantasy Football channel. I would like to thank everyone for joining us this week for Pop Fantasy Football Week 8. Good luck to everyone competing in this league and beyond. And I will try and not get the quote wrong this week, but the way I've been talking, we'll see how it works. As always, we'll leave you with this quote from the great Vince Lombardi, and very apropos in these uncertain times, especially this week. I firmly believe that any man's finest hour, the greatest fulfillment of all that he holds dear, is the moment when he has worked his heart out in a good cause and lies exhausted on the field of battle, victorious. We will see you next week.
The whole thing's fucked.